In this video, we're going to see how to evaluate expressions. First off, let's take a look at different parts of an expression. Okay, I have my expression 4y plus 2, and I see in that expression there are two terms. 4y and 2 are my terms. A term is a value that is added or subtracted in an expression or equation. When I look at the second equation here, 3a minus 5b plus 1, I see I have three terms. 3a, a negative 5b, and a positive 1. Next term to define is a coefficient. Coefficient is a number multiplied by a variable. I look here, I look at my term 4y here. 4 is the coefficient because I'm multiplying 4 times the variable. In my second expression, 3 is a coefficient, multiplying 3 times a, and negative 5 is a coefficient. I'm multiplying negative 5 times b. And the last term we want to define is a constant. A constant is a quantity that has a fixed value and does not change. It's a number with no variable. So in my first expression, 2 is constant. There's no variable with that term. And in my second expression, 1 is constant. So when I evaluate an expression, first thing I am going to do is I am going to substitute the number for the given variable. And then I'm just going to simplify this expression, and I want to remember my order of operations. PEMDAS, right? Parentheses first, all parentheses and grouping symbols. Exponents and roots next. That's the E. Multiplication and division come next. You don't multiply before you divide all the time. You just perform your multiplication and division from left to right. And then finally, addition and subtraction. Again, you add and subtract from left to right. So I want to evaluate these two expressions. These are my sample problems. I'm going to evaluate 5f plus g minus 9 for f equal to 7 and g is equal to negative 4. Well, I want to first substitute. So I'm going to replace f with its value, 7. So 5f means 5 times 7 plus a negative 4, because g is negative 4, minus 9. And now I'm going to follow the order of operations. 5 times 7 is 35. Please don't subtract this negative 4 minus 9 because I have to add here before I subtract here. So I'm going to take 35 plus a negative 4 minus 9. 35 plus negative 4 is 31. 31 minus 9, 22. And in this next example, I want to evaluate xy minus 4 plus x. X is equal to negative 3 and y is equal to negative 10. X and y right next to each other means that we are multiplying these two values together. So 3 times negative 10 minus 4 plus, I'm going to substitute that negative 3. If you want, it's faster, it's a little bit easier too. Instead of saying plus negative 3, we know adding a negative is the same thing as subtracting. So you could also just write minus 3 here. Okay, so first I'm going to multiply here. Negative 3 times negative 10 is positive 30. I'm going to subtract 4, and I'm going to subtract 3. 30 minus 4 is 26. Minus 3 is 23. Okay, here are a couple practice problems. Please evaluate these on your own and hit pause here until you're done. And then once you're done, hit play and see if your answers match up with mine. All right, now that you have tried the problems on your own, let's go through them. The first one, evaluate m times the quantity p minus 3 for m is equal to 6 and p is negative 8. First thing I'm going to do is substitute. Write 6 for m and negative 8 for p. I want to solve what's in the parentheses first. Negative 8 minus 3 is negative 11. 6 times negative 11 is negative 66. And on the next example here, I'm going to evaluate 3 times A divided by 4 times C. So I'm going to substitute first. 3 times 12 divided by 4 times negative 2. Okay. 3 times 12 is 36. A common mistake here will be to multiply 4 times negative 2 and get negative 8, but that is not correct because I want to divide here before I multiply. So I'm going to take 36 divided by 4, that's 9, times a negative 2. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. And that is how you evaluate expressions.